Cody Rice. Rice, he's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete. Wow. Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
Here's to be
on the road. Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Heenick. Heenick with a load of steam, and he pulls over.
One as Blake Burnstrom looks to go. Blake Burnstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitano Buffalo Bombers are headed to the state.
Corner, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM.
Hello and welcome to Fridley Field in beautiful Watford City, North Dakota. It's a little bit warmer than last week after the home opener for the Wolves, where they defeated Wahpeton 39-12. It is 84 and sunny here this afternoon. A chance of thunderstorms potentially tonight. We'll worry about that. If it happens, probably won't be until after our game is over, the way the forecast is currently looking. We've got a great game for you here tonight as the Williston Coyotes have made their shortest road trip of the year down Highway 85 to take on the Watford City Wolves. Williston looking for their first victory of the season, playing in AAA football this year. Their opponent today, the homestanding Watford City Wolves, trying to make it a winning streak after a season-opening loss on the road at Central Cass. They bounced back nicely last week with a 39-12 victory over the Wahpeton Huskies. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row in non-conference play. Welcome into the booth. My name is Titus Stenberg. I am thrilled to be bringing you your play-by-play action for this evening's game, and I'm just as thrilled to welcome in our brand new color commentator, making his color commentating and game day media debut. It is Ross Sundin. Ross, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Titus. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to this matchup. When you look at Watford City, they put 454 rushing yards up last week. What are you looking forward to here in this matchup between the Wolves and the Coyotes?
Well, I got to tell you, that was an impressive win last week. Riley Lidlberger really took it to the house, Titus. I think he had 6 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns for himself.
Touchdowns?
Yep.
That was quite a game.
Yes. And 199 yards. So, yes, the Williston Coyote defense has to keep an eye on Riley for sure. Want to remind you, your pregame show is brought to you by Hagen Equipment. Want to thank Hagen Equipment and all of our wonderful sponsors who have come along board here for this season. with Game Day Media. Teams warming up. It doesn't take much to get warm on a night like this. Ross, you were down on the field a little bit ago. What does it feel like down there on the field?
I got to tell you, Titus, you think it's hot in the booth, you get down on the ground. That turf holds the heat, and the only benefit was there's a little bit of a breeze, but the ambient temperature is incredible down there.
And we don't have to wear as much pads and all that stuff either. And we're not going to be working as hard up here either. So, yes, it's going to be interesting, especially in the first quarter, first half, seeing if conditioning does play a role at all in the way that this game is played. Last week we had to worry about a little bit of wind, and this week it's heat. I guess that's just life in North Dakota. You never know what the weather's going to be like.
Well, we'll see what Coach Dooley goes with tonight. Obviously, last week the ground worked well for him. We don't have much of a breeze at all this evening, and I'll be curious to learn from the coaches a little later what they did as far as game day preparation and hydration for their players.
Yes, yep, that is for sure. Well, thanks for joining us here for your Hagen Equipment pregame show. When we come back, we've got a lot more for you on the pregame show, as we're going to have coaches' comments, we'll have starting lineups, we'll have the national anthem, and then we'll have the opening kickoff. Thanks for joining us this evening on Game Day Media.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready, field proven.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota. Game Day Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through Game Day Media. Together, we make a winning team. At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show, your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment in Watford City. Check out Hagen Equipment. My name is Titus Stenberg, happy and proud to be back with you here once again. Our second Watford City game on Game Day Media. Their opponent today is the Williston Coyotes. We've got Ross Sundin down on the field. He's making his way over to head coach Jim Dooley of the Watford City Wolves. And we will be joining him for coach's comments here soon.
Coach, can you tell us a little bit about this week after the big win last week?
Well, yeah, big win last weekend. As of Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, it was over. We were moving on. So, getting ready for it. Like we said last week, it's not a region game, but it's a region game. It's in the area, and it's guys who see each other, guys who know each other. Sometimes it makes it a little more important. I know it's not really a rivalry, but kind of is in a way. I think that's, sort of our natural rival right now. So we're excited.
You had a big game on the ground last week. Anything in the wind for tonight?
Oh, possibly. I don't know. We'll see what gets unveiled, I guess. But no, I think a lot of it's just being consistent in what we do. That's for the most part. We'll have some fun, here and then, throw some things in. But it's basically just lining up and playing football.
It was a lot hotter earlier. It's cooled off quite a little bit. Did you do any special game day preparation, anticipation of the heat?
Well, we kind of early on. We have a lot. We have a lot of snacks. We have a lot of stuff on the sideline that we have. Hopefully, I don't see it out here, so I do. Yeah, just keep them hydrated, keep them, with some sugars in them, keep them with a little bit of salt in them. So it's better than the old salt pills back in the old days. We actually have some chips and some snacks like that. So.
You bet it is, Coach. I really appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you, Titus.
Thank you very much, Ross. Great job down on the field, getting you your coaches' comments. Coaches' comments this year are brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City, which has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. Ross is making his way over to the other sideline, and he's going to catch up with Williston head coach Steve Powell in his first year as head coach of the Williston Coyotes. And we'll join him when he is ready to go there. And we are going to...
Anything special on the Coyotes menu to get ready for the heat?
Well, it's been one practice after the next in the heat, so I hope we're acclimated to it at this point.
Tell me a little bit about this week's preparation, other than the X's and O's. Anything going on there in camp?
No, we had to focus a lot on X's and O's. The offense that Watford City runs is very complex to any defense, so we had to make some adjustments.
Tell me a little bit, if you would, about your senior Jackson Tamez. He looks like quite a player.
He's a heck of a player. He's not just a really good player, he's also a really good human being. He's a great leader for this team.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Coach. Back to you, Titus.
All right, thank you very much, Ross. Great job down on the field, and Ross is getting a workout in there as he's making his way back to the near sideline. So there you've heard it from both head coaches. We sure appreciate the coaches being willing to give us some time as their busy pre-game activities continue down on the field. Up next, your next segment of the Hagen Equipment pregame show is we're going to take a look at a couple of players, highlight one player from each team. We're going to go to the TNT Measurements Spotlight player. And for Watford City, we'll see. We're going to spotlight Brandon Spacer, but he's currently hard to find. So let's go to the Williston Coyotes side there, Curtis, and let's find number 2, Mr. Jackson Tamez. Jackson Tamez has a lot of speed. He's a multi-sport athlete for this Williston Coyote team, and he is going to play a big role if they have some success tonight. Jackson is a senior, and Jackson is going to get the start on both sides of the ball. So he's a cornerback on defense, and then over on offense, he starts at a slot back. He tries to do a lot of different things for this Williston Coyote offense. Colin McQuistion, number 11, the quarterback, has had a couple of good games in. He's going to split some time, likely, with Noah Rath as we go to a 2-quarterback look for much of the night, if our scouting report has been accurate here for these Williston Coyotes. And one of their main targets will be Jackson Tamez. On the Watford City side, we'll see if we'll check out how Curtis is going to be able to do down in that corner of the end zone. Let's see if Curtis can find Brandon Spacier for us down there, as he is going to be our spotlight player for the Watford City Wolves, part of that offensive line that had a great game last week. 6'3", 240-pound junior, and last week he did a great job on both the offensive and defensive side of the football. There he is entering your screen right now, getting ready to go. He is also a multi-sport athlete, and he's going to be key in this one. He's getting the start on both sides of the football as well. So that is your TNT Measurements Spotlight Player. TNT Measurements has been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement. When you want it measured right, contact TNT Measurements. We're going to have the coin toss down on the field. I don't know if we'll be able to have any audio of the coin toss, but we will listen in there to our white hat tonight, Ron Wright. And the coin toss has concluded. Looks like Watford City won the toss, deferred, and they will be kicking off to start this first half. Team captains out there shaking hands right at the 50-yard line at beautiful Fridley Field. Great crowd already on hand. We're expecting more to come in. It's a short road trip, shortest road trip of the year for Williston, so we're expecting a lot of Coyote fans here in the stands as well. And Watford City is ready to go, and a nice display of sportsmanship out there, looks like, as the captains on the field say a little prayer as then they go into their handshakes and get ready for opening kickoff here this evening. Second home game in a row, second of 3 home games in a row in this somewhat unique schedule for the Watford City Wolves after one road game at Central Cass. Had a home game last week, a home game this week, a home game next week as well, as they go play their homecoming game against the Grand Forks Central Knights. The Watford City High School pep band all decked out in their construction gear here this evening and doing a great job of hyping up this crowd here as we get set for this one. It's already a fun atmosphere here tonight. A lot of excitement around this Watford City Wolves team after that big win last week. A close start to the game, and then the defense did give up a big play before halftime with just a minute left in that second quarter. Wahpeton hit a home run and made it a one-score game, but Watford City really played well in the second half, and they will try to duplicate that second half here tonight as they take on the AAA Williston Coyotes, trying to make it 2 wins in a row. Williston still looking for that elusive first win of the season. They've lost to Minot North and to Dickinson. And tonight they take on their third AA opponent of the year, this one on the road, as they continue to ramp up towards WDA and fellow AAA action. We're going to step aside here on your Hagen Equipment pregame show. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups, we'll have the national anthem, we'll have the opening kickoff here from Fridley Field. Thanks for joining us tonight on Game Day Media.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Williston Basin, we offer top-quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
We'll join the national anthem in progress.
Big thank you to Watford City High School sophomore Chris Boss.
Great rendition of our national anthem tonight as we welcome you back inside your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Up next, let's take a look at your starting lineups. Let's start with the Williston offense. Here so far, their offense coming in with a record of 0-2. Let's take a look at their starters. Talked a little bit about him just a moment ago. Colin McQuistion, he is a junior, wears number 11. I was visiting with our PA announcer here, Greg McNary, and he really liked McQuistion during this baseball season, said he was one of the best catchers in the state, really came on, especially towards the end of the year, and so he will be a player to watch for sure. Their starting running back is a senior, Dominic Thompson. You start two slot backs, Jackson Tamez and Leo Kendor. Split ends will be junior Isaiah Haugen and senior Chance Riveland. And then their offensive line, three seniors at the two guard spots and one of the tackles, Joseph Moran, Jordan Murillo, and Daniel Erickson. And then two sophomores, tackle Paxton Ross and their center, Wyatt Ellsburn. That's the starting lineup for head coach Steve Powell. He is assisted by Coach Raj, Michael Goodman, Devontae Riley, and Trevor Powell. On the other side, let's take a look at the Watford City defense to start things out here. And there they are up front. We talked about him in our TNT Measurements Player Spotlight. Brandon Spacier, he is a junior. On the other defensive end spot, Thaden Arnold had an emphatic sack towards the end of last week's game. He was our spotlight player last week, and he certainly earned that right. He is a fun player to watch, headed to play football at Minot State University next year. The defensive tackles are going to be junior Caleb Pickering and number 78 sophomore John Holland. John Holland checks in 6'4", 332 pounds, and a sophomore. Starting linebackers, Tristan DeVries, Harper Moberg, and Brogan Shannon. Those three had a good game last week, especially Harper Moberg led the team in tackles with 8.5 tackles. And then in the defensive backfield, it'll be senior Connor Winter and junior Riley Liedal-Berger getting the start at the cornerback spots. And then in the defensive backfield at the safeties will be senior Will Langford and junior Bryson Wolf. Good to see senior Will Langford back in that starting lineup for second-year head coach Jim Dooley. Coach Dooley is assisted by Justin Hager, Marty Wagner, John Holloway, Michael Williams, and Ethan Duper. And Ross, last week it was too windy to get the arch up. We've got it up this week. Yeah, that's just adding a little more extra fun and excitement to this pregame ceremony as they're going to send the starters out through that tunnel. And Curtis Long's going to have the honors of running the camera and catching those guys running out onto the field. Once again, my name is Titus Stenberg. Happy to be joined tonight by Ross Sundin. The rest of the crew up here in the booth with me. It's a warm one tonight, but these guys did a great job in getting us set up and on the air. Curtis Long is your cameraman for the evening, and the producer, once again, is Jackson Lee. So happy to have those guys aboard for another game as we continue along with this Game Day media season. Now, look at that. There come the cheerleaders spelling out Wolves, and they will announce the starting defense as Tristan DeVries makes his way onto the field. First one out there as we get ready for this one. Once again, we want to thank ND Scorefeed, outstanding app. If you have not downloaded that yet, highly encourage you to do so. And we have it, the ticker underneath our scoreboard down there showing the scores from across the state in football. Lots of great matchups all across the state tonight. And we've got 3 of them for you on Game Day Media. And it's going to be a great night of football, not only here in Western North Dakota, but all across the state. Here comes Caleb Pickering onto the field. Yeah, Thaden Arnold, boy, he had a great game last week. And he is fired up once again. Visiting with some Williston people before kickoff, it sounds like Watford City might be a little bit healthier coming into action here today. Williston has been fighting through some injury difficulties, and we certainly hope there won't be any more injuries today, as Zach Beebe is on the field, one of the best athletic trainers in the state. And we've got him right here in Watford City. Hopefully he is not too busy here this evening.
Energy's any measurement, Titus. It would seem that Coach Dooley has his boys ready to go tonight.
Yes, they look fired up. All right, they're going to set up for the kickoff. And I will be right back. I forgot my notebook here, Ross, so give me 10 seconds.
Thank you.
All right. It's going to be Jaden Wagner kicking it deep for the Wolves. Ryan Teagan back to receive in this battle
of the Lupines.
That's right. There we go. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Not the way that Coach Dooley had that one drawn up, but we're going to have a penalty on our first play of the game.
You know, from my vantage point, Titus, it looks like Williston obviously has a size advantage here, but from what I understand, these Wolves might give up a little in size, but they make up for it with their gritty play.
Yep, I think so. As we hear the official announcement there from our referee, Ron Wright, and that'll be a kick out of bounds on the first play from scrimmage. No time coming off the clock as of yet. And Williston will start. Our first look at the Williston offense here tonight, and Williston's going to elect to have it on the near hash mark at their own 35 for their first offensive series. So Williston comes out with the pistol formation, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left for Colin McQuistion. He's going to send a man in motion for this first play from scrimmage. Makes the handoff. We've got a flag down in the backfield as they try to go deep and end up not connecting there. Let's check the penalty. Intended for Rivland, and it looks like a illegal procedure against the Coyotes. Ross, did you see the penalty there?
I did not.
So the officials are talking things over. Sounded like there was going to be illegal procedure call there, and Watford City was talking about declining the penalty, but looks like they will accept it indeed, and it will be a 5-yard penalty against the Coyotes. So that first play will not be an incomplete pass, and we'll try for the first play of the game once again here with 6 seconds taken off the clock. So Wilson going to try to throw it, and they've got what wind there is at their back to get things started. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right, a flag down again as that pass is completed for about a 4-yard gain, but a flag down once again.
Another procedure penalty.
I wonder if there's something about the way that they're lining up.
I didn't notice what it was, but oftentimes it's just a pregame jitters or early game jitters, I should say, and I'm sure that's something that Coach Powell gets squared away pretty quick.
Yeah, they aren't stopping the play, so I don't think it's not a false start or anything. It must be the way that they're lining up. And it looks like we are going to have a quick timeout.
They want to talk about it.
They do. We will talk about things as well here. Timeouts this year brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. We'll be back for more on Game Day Media.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
So a quick timeout as it looks like Coach Steve Powell looking for an explanation there from the officiating crew that has thrown 2 flags. I mean, an auspicious start, not exactly the way that Williston wanted to get things started. So the ball has been moved back to the 25, and so far all we've had is penalties. A kick out of bounds by the Wolves, and now 2 procedure penalties against the Coyotes. And we'll see if the third time's the charm on this first down play after a timeout was taken by Williston. Once again, they're going to send 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. McQuistion all by himself in the shotgun, takes the snap, no flag thrown this time, is going to heave it over the middle. He's got Tamez. Oh my goodness, Ross. That was close.
That was close. That's the danger of number 11, Colin McCashin.
Yeah.
He's got an arm, and that was just a step away from a touchdown for the Coyotes.
That was. He was going after our spotlight player there, Jackson Tamez, and he was open. Just a little bit too much under that ball from McQuistion. I think the wind may have helped the Wolves in that case as it went just over the outstretched hands of a diving Jackson Tamez. He was close to bringing that one in, but it's nothing but it kind of feels like a loud foul ball, like a home run that didn't quite stay fair. As Spacier gets his hand on that one, they're going to rule it an incomplete pass. Wolves were hoping for a fumble, but boy, Curtis, we did a pretty good job on picking our spotlight players to start with. We had Tamez for the Coyotes going deep on that first play, and there is Brandon Spacier getting his hand out there and knocking that pass away to make it 3rd down and 20. And now, Ross, if you're in the Williston sideline there, you got to be thinking pass on a 3rd and 20.
Absolutely. And if anybody can make that pass, it's Colin McCashin. He's really got a nice arm, Titus.
Yeah, he's a catcher on the baseball field. And he is Mr. Greg McNary there was telling us about all the base stealers that he was thrown out towards the end of this baseball season. He's going to roll to his right. He's got a man. There's Tamez making the catch at the 37, to the 40, up to the 45. He needs the 45 for a first down. Brogan Shannon brings him down, but he might have enough to pick up a first down. And boy, Ross, we've got a pretty good view of it. Is that a first down?
It all depends on that spot. I think he's just going to be a little short, Titus.
Okay, they're going to stop the clock.
Going to measure it, I bet.
Yep.
No, he's going to give it to him.
Ron Wright says he got exactly what he needed. So he needed 20, and he got 20. First down of the game, and first big play of the game goes to the Coyotes as they keep the drive alive after 2 penalties to start with, and 2 incomplete passes. And there, Colin McQuistion connecting with Jackson Tamez for a catch and run of 20 yards to pick up the first down of the game as they move it up to the 45-yard line. Just underway. I want to thank our great sponsors, NCC, who bring you the scoreboard all season long on Game Day Media. This will be a running play. It's going to be McQuistion keeping it himself, finding a nice hole over the left side and then back to the right. And let's take a look at your first RTC Network's instant replay of the ball game. And we're going to see McQuistion on the run. They're going for 11 yards.
Picked up another first down.
That keeps the chains moving, and now it looks like Watford City is going to take a timeout. So the Wolves, after a good start, have gotten given up a few big plays in a row, and they will take a timeout. Once again, our timeouts brought to you by LPL Financial and Shiloh Chavez. We'll be back with more from Fridley Field after this quick timeout.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel it fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
1st and 10, first play in Watford City territory for the Williston Coyotes as they have it across to the 44-yard line. Everybody on the right side of the field to start the formation. Now they send a man in motion over to the left. Quick pass. What a catch. Oh, Ross, that was a one-handed grab by Chance Rivlin.
Beautiful catch, Titus.
You can take a look at our RTC Network's instant replay as McQuistion put it in a beautiful spot, and there was Rivlin to bring it in for a big pickup of 8 yards on first down, making it 2nd down and 2.
Williston has a lot of nice offensive weapons.
They do, and right now, after a sputtering start with those 2 penalties, backed them up. Once they've found their rhythm here, this drive is really turning into something, and we're going to see our first handoff of the game to Thompson, and he kept the pile moving. That'll be another first down for the Coyotes. Their 3rd first down of the drive.
There's a nice surge by the offensive line for Williston on that play.
It really was, and then good running by Thompson to not go down easily. Took a pack of wolves to finally get him to this Fridley Field turf. So they've thrown the football 4 times, completed 2 of them for 28 yards. They've kept it on the ground and gained 16 yards so far. This will be the 7th play of the drive. It's going to be McQuistion running out to the left. Looks like he ran into his own blocker. It's still got positive yardage. How's that for a first down run?
That was impressive. I saw the Moberg boy had a nice read on there. He just couldn't get through to make the tackle, and McQuistion finished it off.
Check out our RTC Network's instant replay. Yeah, that was a good run there for McQuistion, his 2nd long run of the ball game. And Williston knocking on the door of the red zone as they have moved the football all the way down to the 23-yard line. McQuistion in the pistol from the left hash mark. He's going to take off to the right, pitches it. It's a fumble. It's loose. And Williston just barely stays on top of it. That could have been disastrous for the Coyotes.
It could have been. If he would have completed that pitch, it could have been disastrous for the Wolves. It looked like he had the corner.
Casey Storbakken was the pitch man on that play, and he ended up holding on to that football after it looked like the Wolves might have a chance at it. He stuck with it and makes it 3rd down now for the Coyotes on their 9th play of the drive. They need the 22-yard line for another first down. This will be a handoff to Thompson, looking for a hole up the middle. Not a lot of running room. Looks like Jaden Wagner kept him short of the first down.
That's a big play.
That was, and it is a stop on 3rd down, but I think it's a fairly easy decision here with their location on the field and most of their plays gaining positive yardage. They're going to keep the offense on the field and go for it here on 4th and 2.
We'll see what Coach Powell has dialed up, Titus.
First really big play of this game. Watford City trying for a turnover on downs. Williston trying for their 4th first down of this opening drive. It's going to be McQuistion. He's going to go up the middle, and I think he got it. He lost his helmet, but I think he got the first down. We'll see.
It was that second effort that carried him over the line.
It was, but he lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come out for this play. after that hard-nosed run. Got him down to the 22-yard line. He got exactly what he needed for the first down. The fourth first down of this drive for Williston's already taken over 5 minutes off the clock. So the Coyotes will huddle up as they look at McQuistion on the sidelines. Didn't look like he was injured at all, but we'll get our first look at the new quarterback out there, Noah Rath. Wears number 12, joined in the backfield by Casey Storbakken. Billy Rath throwing. How's that? They put the backup quarterback in. He completes a pass to Jackson Tamez, and he takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line for a pickup of 7.
He really just personifies the next man up, doesn't he?
That's right. Yep, and visiting with the Williston radio play-by-play guy before this game, they were expecting to see Rath. I don't think they were expecting to see him after McQuistion's helmet falling off, but that's the way it is. Welcome into Watford City football here as we've got a pass down to the right side, and he's going to gain yardage down inside the 10.
Jackson Tamez doesn't go down easy either.
He certainly does not. And he has picked up more yardage for these Coyotes, I should say, as they've got it all the way down to the 4-yard line.
Once they started moving the ball, they really got after it. My worry here would be for Watford City's defense as the game draws on. This is a exhausting drive.
It certainly is. Yeah, you mentioned the heat, and everything is. We've got.
They gave it to the big boy.
Yeah, and that did not work too well there on that play as Watford City's defense was ready for it.
I think that was Jordan Morello on the carry there, wasn't it?
That was a big number 72. Yep, good call there, Ross. We're going to make you into a play-by-play guy here before too long. Good job. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and goal to go. Good job there by the Wolves defense. They were prepared for that play. As it's now 2nd down and goal for the Coyotes.
It takes me back to the old Refrigerator Perry days from the Chicago Bears.
That's right. That is what he looked like. Here goes McQuistion. Oh, he throws it, and it's caught for a touchdown. Jackson Tamez. Boy, that looked like...
It looked like disaster.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, let's check it out on our RTC Network's instant replay. Look at this. The frontward flip. Unbelievable. And that's how Williston gets on the scoreboard first. What a play.
That was an athletic play.
My goodness, McQuistion to Tamez. His 4th catch of the drive, and that one is in there for a touchdown. 5 first downs for the Coyotes. And they will keep their offense on the field. And look at this formation. They got Murillo dotting the I. Once again, as McQuistion goes under center. Fakes the handoff to him. He's keeping the ball in his hands. Throws it over the middle. Knocked around.
Oh, my.
And it's incomplete after all that. So a successful drive for the Coyotes as they go 12 plays. Covers 65 yards. And they strike first at 6-0 on your NCC scoreboard. We'll be back with a kickoff after this.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Williston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
So a really good start for this Williston offense as they strike first with that highlight 5-yard touchdown pass from McQuistion. to Tamez. Here are the Wolves trying to get some momentum of their own. The run back, you get it up to the 35-yard line. Good return there by Aaron Luna. And we'll get our first look at the Watford City offense. And it comes at the 4:28 mark of this first quarter. That drive for Williston took well over 7 minutes off the clock. And I know Williston was a little bit concerned about dealing with Watford City's offense, but one great way to handle that is by not allowing them out of the field.
That's right, Titus. Ball control.
Yep, that's what that drive did. As we're going to take a look.
I was a little concerned for the Coyotes the way things started off, but once they settled in, they really looked impressive on that first drive.
Yeah, that turned out to be a great drive after the inauspicious start due to penalties. And here we get our first look. Nope, we're going to have a flag before this drive gets started as well. So this is going to be a penalty against Williston, and it looks like the Wolves will pick up a free 5.
Offsides on the defense.
So that will benefit the Wolves and turn a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 5. And look at this formation here, Ross.
You know, I asked Coach Dooley at the pregame if he had anything going on. He was pretty tight-lipped.
As Riley Lee-Dahlberger picks up right where he left off after that game against Wahpeton. Look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Wow.
He had a pack of Coyotes on him.
He sure did. Check it out on our replay. That's a pickup of 23 yards for Riley Lee-Dahlberger. Wow.
That's some hard running right there.
And a 1st down for the Wolves. Their first down of the game comes on their first play. Great start here for Watford City. So be Salas taking the snap, handing it off, and that is Tristan DeVries getting into the Williston secondary inside the 25. Another 1st down for the Wolves.
I can see why Coach Paul was concerned about the Wolves' offense, Titus.
Absolutely. This offense is a treat to watch, but I would not want to try and prepare a game plan to slow it down or stop it. 2 runs, 2 1st downs for the Wolves, 38 yards already. One receiver wide to the right. Yeah, this will be Lee-Dahlberger looking for the corner on the right side. Cuts it back up as he crosses the 20. Somehow stays on his feet. Gets inside the 15. Pretty close to another Watford City 1st down.
You can tell that's a young man who spent some time conditioning himself.
Yes. Casey Storbakken brings him down after a gain of 9. And after that impressive drive by the Coyotes, Watford City answering well. 3 running plays, 47 yards, and they are inside the red zone already. Who's getting the snap? It will be Brogan Shannon, and he gets loose. Oh, tripped up just before the goal line. Outstanding tackle by Isaiah Haugen to keep him out of the end zone. But Brogan Shannon picks up a 1st down. Little bit of trouble on the snap as we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay, but Shannon did enough to bring it in and has the Wolves in great shape all the way down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Wolves. High snap. It's brought in, and it is touchdown, Riley Lee-Dahlberger. 5th play of the drive ends in the end zone for Watford City. his 5th rushing touchdown in a game and a quarter now as Riley Liedalberger scores from 2 yards out. Watford City ties it up. So both teams travel 65 yards on their first drive of the game. This Wolves drive didn't take quite as long as Williston's drive did. Ends the same as the Wolves are looking for the tiebreaker, and Tristan DeVries will give them that. The 2-point conversion is successful. We take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Tristan DeVries scoring over the left side, and Watford City takes an 8-6 lead. We've got 2:21 to go. Great start here tonight. We're back with a kickoff right after this.
Have you ever wondered how your internet works? It starts with fiber in the ground.
And local employees who connect that fiber to your home or business.
Our 9,000 miles of fiber keep you connected
to your neighbors and the world, while keeping your data safe from intrusions, viruses, and malware.
At RTC Networks, we're proud to offer our community the fastest, most reliable fiber optic internet available. Our goal is to keep you connected seamlessly and securely.
A 2-yard touchdown run by Riley Liedalberger, a 2-point run by Tristan DeVries, and it adds up to an 8-6 Watford City lead. With 2:21 left in the first half, here's a short bouncing kickoff. It's fumbled, it's loose. Watford City thinks they have it. The Wolvesers think they do, and the officials agree. So Watford City recovers the kickoff. And this Wolves defense, they created 6 turnovers last week. And Jaden Wagner gives the Wolves a huge spark on special teams.
That was a huge play, Titus. The Wolves really hustled well on that.
It really was, and I think the same thing applies to what we just said about Williston. They kept Watford City's offense off the field. Now, Watford City is keeping Williston's offense off the field with that big play. And here go the Wolves. They've got another first down. That's Jaden Wagner getting a big chunk of yardage. And unfortunately, we're going to have a injured Wolf at the end of that run.
That's Jaden Wagner.
It is. So Zach Beebe out there doing his best to help everybody, keep everybody healthy out there.
Looks like he probably just got a little shook up. I'm sure we'll see him again before the game's out.
Yeah, I sure hope so. Cramps could be an issue tonight for both teams, and gotta try and keep everybody healthy. Back to action. It's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line for the Wolves. One receiver wide to the right. That's Cade Singer. Handoff, or the snap goes to Salas, and he is close, but not quite into the end zone on his first carry of the game. Gets it down to the 2. Brings up 2nd and goal for the Wolves.
You know, one of the things I think is so impressive with this Watford City offense is they have so many weapons out there.
Yes. Yeah, you cannot just key on one guy. And with Coach Dooley's offense, you don't know who's getting the snap, let alone who's getting a handoff or a pitch, or just wait for it, Ross. We might see a pass before the end of the night. I'm not promising it. No guarantees, but we just might see one. It's not going to be on this play. This will be another running play. It's Riley Liedalberger, and he is in there for another 2-yard touchdown run.
He makes it look easy, Titus.
Yes, he does. Running behind this big offensive line. Riley Liedalberger on your RTC Network's instant replay. 14-6, Watford City. They'll leave the offense out on the field as they will try to go for 2 once again. That drive just taking 3 plays. Not even a minute off the clock there. And no, they're going to try a kick. And that's going to be Maxwell Thornock. And it is good. Coaching staff fired up. Watford City sideline fired up. It's 15-6. Watford City, you're watching Game Day Media. And we'll be back with a kickoff after this.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to sunny Fridley Field. This crowd just keeps on getting bigger. Boy, what a night for football here, Ross.
It's beautiful. Earlier when I was down on the field, I noticed the temperature dropped considerably.
Okay.
And I think that'll benefit everybody as the night moves along.
Another bounding kickoff, and it is picked up by Williston this time. They will maintain possession. Matthew Sorensen getting a short return, not a lot of yardage, but most importantly for the Coyotes, he held onto the football, and their offense is able to come back onto the field. A little bit slow in getting up, unfortunately, getting checked out by a teammate there. As Williston will start this drive on their own 35. That's where they started their last drive, and that ended up being a touchdown after they went 12 plays and 65 yards.
Titus, I know we talk about the weapons that Watford City had on offense really display on the last two drives, but that front line is a real athletic line. They look good out there tonight.
Yes, yep, so far so good. Really, both offenses have been having their will. We're going to step aside here as we have an injury timeout. We'll be back for the rest of this first quarter after this.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Titus Tinberg alongside Ross Sundin, joined up at the booth by Curtis Long on the camera, Jackson Lee producing. And we're ready to go with Colin McQuistion trying to get another drive going. He's throwing it deep. He's got a man open, incomplete. That would have been 6 for the Coyotes. Chance Riveland just couldn't bring it in.
If there's such a thing as being too open, that was one of those things.
That might have been it. Oh, man. Heartbreak for the Coyotes. Let's take one last look at that. He had nobody. Carter Breitbach was the closest Wolf to him. I don't know if the sun may have played a role in that. We blamed wind on the last time McQuistion just barely overthrew Tamez. That was a great throw by McQuistion.
It was.
Ball's incomplete.
That's a harder catch than it looks like, too, frankly.
He was running. He was running fast. That is for sure. So Williston back to the drawing board as they get ready for a 2nd and 10. A quick pass right side. That was a forward pass, and it falls incomplete. Once again, Brandon Spacier kind of looking like Andrew Van Ginkel out there on those little screen passes. Yeah, looked ready for that one. He's got his hands on the first one. This one, I don't think he got a piece of it, but it does fall incomplete, and now a 3rd and 10 for Williston.
Well, I'm sure Williston will be looking back for Riveland again. It's not going to be like Aaron Rodgers and Christian Watson in his debut.
That's right. That is reminiscent of that play. I know the one that you're talking about there. So right now, this drive has only taken 11 seconds off the clock. Their first drive took over 7 minutes off the clock, and this is only their 2nd drive after they had the fumble on the kickoff return. So 3rd and 10, big play here for this Coyotes offense. McQuistion had some time, throws it to the left, intended for Leo Kendor, and that falls incomplete. 3 plays, 3 incomplete passes for the Coyotes, And just like that, it's 4th and 10 as we look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
This could be a huge stop for the Wolves. Titus, we got 1:08 left.
Yep, and it looks like they will go into their punting formation. So Dominic Thompson is back in punt formation. Bryson Wolf back to receive for the Wolves. And there comes the clap. He bobbles it. He's going to keep it. And the Wolves are not fooled. Look at the disciplined Wolves special teams. Second big special teams play of the night, as that was Tim Randalls getting the TFL on the punt fake attempt.
That was an awesome play by the Wolves. The reason I mentioned the quarter change is, when you look at the sun right now, certainly it favors Watford City's grounds game.
Yes.
But when things get reversed, it's going to be tough for those Coyote receivers looking back into the sun, winding through the second quarter.
Yeah, we had a lot of cloud cover throughout the day. We've had threats of rain off and on, but right now the sun is poking through, and it is currently at the back of these Wolves, who have scored quickly on their first 2 possessions. They'll try to do it again. Here's Tristan DeVries picking his way over the left side. Nice patient run. Positive yards once again for Watford City.
Number 35,
Dylan Ekblad gets the tackle. He was a player to watch on the defensive side of the football, according to the Williston fans that I talked to pregame. And he has gotten a few stops, but right now, Watford City gaining positive yards every time they touch the football.
That offensive line for Watford City really executes well.
They know what they're doing. That's fun to see. It'll be a handoff this time from Liedalberger to DeVries. Good job by the defensive line of Williston that time to limit the gain. Jade Torgerson with the tackle at the 23. 3rd down and 3. Wolves looking for their 6th first down of this quarter, but we will have it after this quarter break. It's Watford City 15, Williston 6 on your NCC scoreboard. We'll be back after this quarter break timeout.
There's some good news down there that...
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to Watford City as we get ready for your Northern States Fishing Tools quarter start. Northern States Fishing Tools, locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978. Let's also thank a couple of our live read sponsors, starting with WCAG Church. One church, multiple locations, 2 services here in Watford City. We also have services in Fairview, Belfield, and Kenmare. Check out the website there, wcag.church. Here's your first play of the second quarter, and it's a good one. Riley Liedalberger all the way down the right side of the field, inside the 10, first down Wolves. Great way to start the second quarter for Watford City.
That is another Watford City.
After that run, Riley Liedalberger has now picked up 52 yards to go along with his 2 touchdowns. And
Three
did he get in
touchdowns.
there? He is in there. How about that? Riley Liedalberger. Touchdown, Watford City. Oh, man, he has really just picked up where he left off. That touchdown is brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. Cornerstone Bank touchdowns. We give you straight answers and the best possible financial options. It's your money, so the people who help you make decisions about it, they're not only accessible, they are experts. So look at that. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Wolves. All of them coming from Riley Liedalberger. And they're going to go for two. It'll be Liedalberger. He will be stacked up short this time. Oh, well, let's see. Williston says he's stopped. Watford City said he's in there. We'll let the officials tell us what happened.
I don't think we're going to know until they pull that bottom man off the pile.
Yeah. Still no signal yet. The coaching staff for the Wolves has their hands raised.
Riley thinks he was in.
Yeah. So no 2-point conversion, but the Wolves do get the touchdown. It's Watford City 21, Williston 6 after another Cornerstone Bank touchdown. We'll be back with a kickoff after this timeout.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
11:35 left to play in the half, and this Watford City offense has been a treat to watch once again. 39 points last week. Ross, already 21 points in the first quarter in 25 seconds.
We've seen some impressive offense out of the Wolves.
Tamez does retrieve the kickoff, and he goes nowhere. I think Brogan Shannon was the first Wolf there. So Aaron Luna in on the stop, and we've seen some good special teams plays as well from Watford City.
Special teams is a game changer, and the Wolves have surely shined tonight.
Yes, they have. This drive will start once again at their own 35. Williston has started a few drives from this spot. They turned one of them into a touchdown. Last time they went 3 and out, set up for a punt, and then faked it, and it went nowhere. 1st and 10 for the Coyotes. McQuistion hands it off, and a short run before Thaden Arnold wraps up Thompson. A little bit of extracurricular activities going on after the end of that play.
Just a couple big boys saying hi to each other out there.
That's right. Gain of 2.
You know, the danger here for the Wolves, of course, is I think the Coyotes, they have an explosive offense.
They do.
They can score quick if they need to.
Lewis Larson in, giving Brandon Spacier a break after that first down play. It's now 2nd and 8. And yeah, we've seen Williston strike on a couple of plays and also been inches away from striking on some other ones. This one is going to go backwards. Great defense again by the Wolves. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay out of that pistol formation. They gave it to Kendor.
Might have to start calling these guys the swarm. They really swarm to the ball, don't they?
And we've got a timeout taken by Williston. And we'll take it with them. We're back for more on Game Day Media after this LPL Financial timeout. Watford City. Thank you so much for joining us here on Game Day Media. Out of that timeout, we'll see what Coach Powell has drawn up for this 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 9. The Williston offense has had some good passing play connections at times. We'll see if they can get one here on third down. There comes the rush. The pass is picked off by Connor Winter. The 45, pushed out of bounds to the 40.
Beautiful.
Oh, Connor Winter, another interception for him. A pick 6 last week and a great interception down near the sideline this week. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Great job down there by Connor Winter. And once again, this opportunistic defense for the Wolves strikes again.
I thought we were going to have a flashback from last week with a pick 6 for a minute.
I had similar ideas there, but I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 35. So Watford City starting with outstanding field position once again. And boy, they have looked good tonight. This offense has looked pretty close to unstoppable as DeVries takes it over the left side. Finally brought down by the Coyotes. I believe that was Jade Torgerson on that tackle. Yeah, Jade Torgerson, the tackle. Take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. He's catching the end of that run there by Tristan DeVries. So Jaden Wagner, fumble recovery, another Connor Winter interception. Wolves with good field position once again. And now playing ahead of the sticks. 2nd down and 4. Here comes the snap. And the carry over to the right side. Pretty good stop that time by Ekblad as Liedalberger just wasn't able to kick it into second gear. Late flag.
Williston did a nice job of drawing that play out. Side to side won't get you too far.
Let's check the flag. It came out pretty late. While they do that, let's thank another live read sponsor. Let's thank the McKenzie County Heritage Park. They got Heritage Day coming up very soon. Come join the Old Time Fun Saturday, September 20th for Heritage Day at the McKenzie County Heritage Park, where we demonstrate threshing and our belt-driven Sawmill Square baler and even old-fashioned school. Enjoy music from the Blue Stems and old-fashioned games and more. Admission is free. Join us Saturday, September 20th from 11 to 4. So a penalty against the bench of Williston, it sounds like. After the first 2 plays, they had not had a penalty, so it's been well over a quarter. But that one hurts. It's a 15-yarder first down for the Wolves. So the Wolves have it. And they're taking it right up the middle, and they are in there for another touchdown. It's Jaden Wagner from 13 yards away. Touchdown, Watford City.
Touchdown, Watford City. That's Jaden Wagner.
Yeah. Once again, the Wolves, masters of disguise. Yeah, they put it in there for another touchdown. 27-6, Watford City. Thornock 1 for 1 so far today on extra point attempts. He's kicked one with the wind at his face, this one with the wind at his back. Snap spot, kick is, boy, that is high. That hit is good.
He had plenty of leg.
He sure did everything. Going well for the Wolves right now. They lead at 28-6 on your NCC scoreboard. We're back with a kickoff after this quick timeout. So that was another quick drive for the Wolves. That one taking just 1 minute and 3 seconds off the clock. And the Wolves dodged a couple of bullets there early with the pretty open passes that Williston could have converted on. And they've taken advantage of everything that's gone right for them tonight. And the Wolves in great position to pick up a second win in a row as the Coyotes return that kickoff. Caleb Maldonado with the return gets Williston into pretty good field position. So Williston will start this drive at their own 40-yard line.
You know, Titus, when most people think of running the ball, they think of ball control and controlling the tempo of the game, and Watford seems to be scoring at will pretty quickly here.
Yes, yep, they certainly have been. And yeah, we wondered if we'd see kind of the Watford City that we saw last week in the first half or the second half. The first half was good. The second half was great. And I would say this first half looks a lot like that second half from last week. We're seeing some great football being played in all three phases by the Wolves once again. McQuistion back to pass, rushed by the defensive ends, gets away from a defensive tackle and turns it into positive yardage. Rogan Shannon, Harper Moberg able to finally bring him down, but McQuistion turned something into nothing, or rather nothing into a little bit of something. Not a whole lot, but a gain of 2 and some positive yards for the Coyotes.
You know, unfortunately for the Coyotes, they really haven't been able to put a drive together after that first drive.
First drive looked good. Went 12 plays, 65 yards, took 7+ minutes off the clock. And you're right. Since then, it's been all Watford City in all phases tonight. Offense, defense, and special teams. 2nd and 8 for Williston. 1 receiver right, 3 receivers to the left out of the pistol formation. McQuistion rushed. Stiff arms, rolls to his right. Ooh, Connor Winter with a pass breakup.
He's feeling it tonight, isn't he?
He is. Let's see if we caught that on our RTC Network's instant replay. Connor Winter shutting down this Coyote offense out on the defensive left side of the field. Yeah, he was smelling another interception. He had a pick 6 last week. He had an interception earlier this evening. And now it's 3rd and 8 for the Coyotes.
This is a big play. They've got to put something together here.
Yeah, their offense has not been able to do much yet as they try for a quick strike over the middle. Good pass by McQuistion, and Tamez could not bring it in.
That's a rare drop for Jackson Tamez.
Looked like it may have been just a little bit behind him. Let's check the RTC Network's instant replay. McQuistion really rifled it in there, and Tamez got his hands on it, just unable to bring it in. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Timeouts brought to you by LPL Financial and Shiloh Chavez. We're back with 4th and 8 for the Coyotes after this.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to Watford City. Let's thank our final live read sponsor there, the Wolfpack Booster Club. They're new. They're doing some great things. The strength is in the pack. Join the Wolfpack Booster Club today. You can check them out on Facebook. They're doing some great things here in Watford City. Exciting time to be a Watford City fan, and we are so excited to have these games for you on Game Day Media, bringing 6 regular season Watford City games to you right here on Game Day Media this season. So out of the LPL Financial timeout, we'll see what Williston has drawn up. They're going to go for it. 4th and 8. McQuistion steps up. He's got the corner, and he will cross midfield, and I believe pick up a first. Oh my, a big hit towards the sideline. Thankfully, McQuistion able to get up. And it looks like he is fine. Let's see where they spot the football. He needed 8. And I think that's about exactly what he got.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him a little better than that. There should be a first down.
Sportsmanship there by the Wolves, helping him back up onto his feet. And Ross, that's the first down for Williston since their opening drive.
Yeah, they have really had a difficult time putting it together, but you can see when they start moving the ball, things start happening.
They had 65 yards of offense on that first drive. They have totaled 87 yards for the half. So just 22 yards since that opening drive. They do pick up their 6th first down of the game thanks to that 4th down conversion. We'll see if that gives them a spark before halftime. Rath in at quarterback, and he is 2 for 2 passing the football, but the Wolves defense ready for that one. Brandon Spacier with a big hit. First catch of the game for Dominic Thompson, but it goes for -2 yards as Noah Rath now, 3 for 3 passing the football for now 15 yards. Had 17 before that one goes for negative yardage. 2nd and 12 for the Coyotes. Ball spotted right at midfield.
I thought with some of the success they had earlier going deep, they might try that with that trips right, but maybe they'll save that for another play.
We'll see. 2nd and 12. They've had some open receivers on different plays throughout the game, and it looks like they might go deep here.
Oh, boy.
There's Tamez. He's caught it, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A late flag is thrown. So let's see. But as of now, Williston got a 50-yard touchdown from Rath to Tamez.
Well, he certainly dispelled my concern about looking back into the sun, didn't he?
He made that one look easy. That was a good catch and run. They have not put the points up on the scoreboard yet. I'm not sure which direction this penalty is going to go as the discussion continues. We'll hear from Ron Wright.
Well, Rath. Ooh, that's a big penalty against the Coyotes.
I did not hear the explanation, but it is a penalty against the Coyotes, so that takes 6 points off the board. If it was a blindside block. So Rath and Tamez will get 24 yards. But the touchdown is taken off the board. 4th penalty of the night for Williston, and that was a big one.
That was a big one. Rath really laid that nice ball in there for him.
Yeah. So we'll see if the Coyotes can respond. After they thought they had 6 more points on the board, they're going to go for it once again over the left side. It's picked off. Watford City defense strikes right back. Bryson Wolf with the interception.
You know, it looked like that maybe either just got away from a little bit, or maybe there was a misunderstanding on the route. 15 cut it out, and Rath threw it in, and that was all she wrote.
2nd interception by the Wolves defense. Bryson Wolf gets that one. Yeah, that one really hurts for the Coyotes and their fans after they thought they had a touchdown, a 50-yard connection. The very next play is an interception. So Watford City's offense comes back onto the field. Yeah, they have looked good so far tonight. And we're going to have encroachment called against the Coyotes before the Wolves run a play.
That was a real unfortunate turn of events for the Coyotes. They were moving the ball well. They looked good. They'll get another crack before halftime.
So the penalty yardage marked off.
Ladies and gentlemen, halftime.
And that'll make it 1st down and 5.
Will be on the field.
Who's got it for the Wolves? The Coyotes were not fooled that time. A good job by their defense. Dylan Ekblad getting into the backfield.
Well, they're really starting to load up that box hard, aren't they?
Yeah. Yep, and I think that's the right call for now. We have not seen Watford City try a pass yet tonight. Of course, last week they only threw 2 of them. So the Wolves have proven that they can move the football without throwing the ball much, but that's the first negative play of the game for Watford City. Lost a yard on that carry, 2nd down and 6 for Watford City. This will be DeVries starting left. Again, Ekblad with another tackle. But boy, with that second effort, I think DeVries picks up enough for another Watford City first down. Let's check the RTC Network's instant replay.
That's another Watford City.
Doesn't seem to matter how much they load that lineup with. Coach Dooley is not going to get away from his game for sure.
No, that's right. He knows what he wants to do, and he's going to keep running it until you stop him. And as of yet, Williston just has not been able to string consecutive stops together. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line of Watford City. Everybody in tight, and this will be the dive play. Yeah, the pile keeps on moving. Jaden Wagner with another good run. Take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
You know, I feel when we get duped up here, I can't imagine what it feels like down on the field.
Right. You know, I got to do a few Coach Dooley games when he was coaching Beulah, but usually you'd only see him once a year. And it was a tough game to announce. Now, after getting a full season with Watford City last year, this being the second game this year, you got to be patient, but the plays are made there, and they are fun to watch. Here goes Lidal Berger, and he's got more positive yardage at another Watford City first down, tackled by Storbach. And check out all of this running by the Wolves once again. Good tackle on the end of it there, but Lidal Berger picks up the 10th first down of the game for Watford City. Up to the 47-yard line after that carry. One wide receiver, and this will be coming to the near side. Lidal Berger crosses midfield, spun down about the 46. Casey Storbach in the tackle, but the Wolves pick up another chunk of yardage. 8 yards on that carry. 2nd and 3 for the Wolves. I've got Riley Lidal Berger now with 9 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. It should be 3 touchdowns. He had 4 last week. Here goes Lidal Berger to the near sideline. Another first down. Another 8 yards. Storbakken with another tackle. And we're just seeing play after play of Watford City gaining positive yardage.
It'll be interesting to see if Williston's able to make any halftime adjustments to stop this offense, because right now they don't seem to have an answer.
Yeah, the Wolves kind of moving it at will. And they have built a commanding 28-6 lead. Cade Singer getting looked at on the sideline by athletic trainer Zach Beebe. Hopefully he is okay. As Thaden Arnold snaps it to Salas, handoff to DeVries over the left side, big hole, 25, makes the man miss at the 23, cuts it back inside the hash marks, inside the 20-yard line. Another big run for the Wolves. Pickup of 20. We do see a flag coming in at the very end of that run.
Boy, he really exploded through a nice hole there.
And changed direction. Officials still talking about the flag. It was a gain of 20, but it looks like it might be coming back. Well, that might have been why the hole looked so good. A
hole to do that for you.
Yeah, sometimes. It looks like it happened down the field quite a ways. So the Wolves get positive yardage. And they look at it. It was a gain of 20, so it might have been, you know, the way they have the sticks set up there, it's about 1st and a foot. And I think they might turn this into 1st and 10 after they look and they measure and they discuss and they talk. Got 3:24 left to go in the first half. All Watford City in this one. They lead at 28-6. Stick around for halftime. It's brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company with your agent Eric Mogan. Our mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of our clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. Stick around for your Nodak Insurance Company halftime report. We'll recap the first half. And after they look at the measurements, they do call it a first down. So he gets 10 yards out of that carry. And it is a 1st and 10. Short carry there for
Ball carried by Watford City.
Baylor Salas that time. His second rushing attempt of the ball game, and Salas picks up 2 yards. He is now up to 2 carries for 9 yards in this first half. Watford City right now, 22 carries, 188 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 2nd and 8 for the Wolves. This has been their longest drive of the game. Started back at their own 17-yard line. We're going to see more of a standard shotgun look at, the Wolves weren't ready for that kind of a play. The Coyotes were. Riley Ingersoll falls on the fumble. First turnover of the game against the Wolves, and it comes deep in Williston territory. Ingersoll with the recovery. Take a look at your RTC Network's instant replay. I think we're going to see our first pass of the game before that.
Boy, he didn't have to work too hard to get that fumble. It just bounced right up into his chest.
Yeah, sometimes you got to fight for everything on a fumble recovery. And that one, Riley Ingersoll, he was Riley on the spot. Yeah, Watford City has their first giveaway of the ball game. It comes to the 2:30 mark of this first half. So we'll see if Williston can take advantage of the momentum after that turnover. They take over at their own 30-yard line. Flags fly as McQuistion got ready to take the snap. We'll check in with Ron Wright. That one's going against Williston.
Illegal substitution against the Coyotes.
Illegal substitution.
So that'll be their 5th penalty of the night. Cost them 40 yards and backs them up to the 25 for 1st down and 15. McQuistion in the pistol. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Passes right. A diving attempt at an interception. It falls incomplete. Good try there by Will Langford. And it falls incomplete.
Number 4, Leo Kendall, falls incomplete.
Williston is up to 109 yards of offense, 72 of them through the air. And they'll try to probably put it in the air some more on this drive, down to 2:23 left to go in this first half. 3 receivers to the right. Thanks for joining us here tonight on Game Day Media. As McQuistion gets ready from the pistol formation. Throws right. It's behind Tamez. An incomplete. Langford right there in the area once again. So Will Langford really had limited playing time through his first couple of games of this season. He's been out there most of the night tonight, making an impact in the defensive secondary for the Wolves. 3rd and 15 for Williston. They've thrown the football 18 times. They've completed it 7 times for 72 passing yards so far in this first half, and they have thrown 2 interceptions.
Our corners have really done a nice job taking charge on the outside, haven't they?
Yeah, Connor Winter especially has made some plays out there for the Wolves. McQuistion fakes the pass. He throws it. I think he was across the line of scrimmage.
That was close. There comes the flag.
Yeah, that looked like from here like an illegal forward pass. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Nice fake to get Thaden Arnold off his feet. And then, yeah, he crossed the 25-yard line. So that's going to be an illegal forward pass. And be the 6th penalty against the Coyotes. So the Coyotes get the fumble recovery by Riley Ingersoll. But as of yet, they have not been able to do anything with it. Wolves still winning the turnover battle 3-1. And they've also won the penalty battle so far tonight.
You can really see a lot of potential with this Williston offense when they get things clicking.
Yeah, they've been really close on a couple of different plays. Passes that just fell incomplete. Now they have gone back into punt formation. Good rush by Spacier. And the punt will drop and stay on the plus side of the field for Watford City. So the Wolves will have one more chance before halftime. Already piled up 11 first downs. And now they will start this drive in Williston territory at the 46-yard line. I believe the Wolves have 2 timeouts remaining, and they'll have 2 minutes to travel 46 yards to try for their 5th touchdown of this opening half. Wolves still have not thrown a pass tonight. They've run it 22 times for 188 yards. And I think we're going to see some more running. Here they come to the near side. That's Riley Liedal-Berger. Cuts it up right at the hash mark. And that's a great way to start a drive if you're Watford City.
Well, we know they can strike inside of 2 minutes. We've seen that.
Yeah, most of their scoring drives have been less than 2 minutes. Now the hurry-up offense here after we take a look at that. And we're going to see a pass. Baylor Salas throws it to the near sideline, incomplete, intended for Cade Singer. So the hurry-up offense for the Wolves results in ends up in a pass play. It falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Watford City, up to 199 yards of offense, all of them on the ground. Does stop the clock with 1 minute and 43 seconds left to go before halftime. Thaden Arnold ready to snap it. Salas starts under center. Oh, and we've got a encroachment penalty against the Coyotes. It'll be Jade Torgerson. He knew it. So the 7th penalty of the night against the Coyotes. Give the Wolves a free 5 yards. Salas takes the snap. The spinner, handoff to DeVries. Goes right between the hash marks, and he has a Watford City first down and a late flag thrown. Looks like some frustrations may be boiling over towards the end of this first half. And it's warm out there. I'm sure that makes the frustrations boil over a little bit easier. Personal foul against Williston. And that is going to be so penalty went against Jackson Tamez, and he has been thrown out. It looks like we might have another warning against Williston's sideline, and yeah, just unfortunate, but some frustrations piling up for Williston. You know, they've had some missed opportunities, and now an unsportsmanlike penalty, and it looks like somebody else has been ejected. Like some words have been said from that side of the field. Officials are pointing to somebody on the sidelines. Not sure if it's another player or a coach. We'll get the announcement here from Ron Wright.
Both ejected.
Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against a Williston coach.
So that was against a coach, and he has been ejected. So 1st and 10 for Watford City. Ball spotted just outside the 10-yard line, so not a 1st and goal. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown, but it'll be a hard feat to accomplish. They'd have to get it into just barely inside the 1-yard line. So half the distance on that second unsportsmanlike. So it's getting a little bit closer for the Watford City offense. Task getting a little bit tougher for the Williston defense. Here goes Liedel Berger looking for the corner. He finds it. Touchdown, Watford City. Riley Liedel Berger. 12 carries, 98 yards, 4 touchdowns. What a first half for Riley Liedel Berger.
Well, you got to tip your hat to Jim Dooley and his coaching staff. They really have these boys ready to play tonight, and they're showing excellent discipline too, Titus.
They sure are. This has been a football clinic in many ways tonight. That drive takes just 31 seconds, and they are in there for 2 more. Let's take a look
Tristan
at
DeVries.
the RTC Network's instant replay. Watford City, just everything going right now for the Wolves. Salas handed it off to DeVries. Oh, but this one is coming back.
Illegal motion against the Wolves.
So that penalty goes against Watford City, their 3rd penalty of the ball game.
Looks like Matt Sornak trotting under the
And now, so take the 2 points off the board and bring out Maxwell Thornock. He is 2 for 2 so far on extra points. He'll try to make it 3 for 3. He's made one to both sets of uprights. We'll see if he can make it 3 for 3 in this first half.
He certainly got the leg for it.
And this one is going to fall short. Didn't quite get as good of a kick at this one as his last one. But it's still a touchdown for the Wolves. Riley Liedel Berger for the 4th time this half. It's 34-6. Watford City, we're back with the kickoff after this.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Another 3-play drive, that one covering 46 yards, helped out a little bit by some Williston penalties, only taking 28 seconds off the clock. Well, Riley Liedel Berger with his 4th touchdown as the short kickoff is picked up, and this will be some good field position as Brennan Olson recovered that kickoff.
It's a good set of hands right there.
Yeah, yep. We saw them drop one kickoff. So right now, if you're Williston, you certainly have time to work with. They have lost Jackson Tamez, but they still have some weapons to work with, and they'll start this drive at their own 47 with 1:27 left to go before halftime. 34-6, Watford City on your NCC scoreboard. McQuistion in at quarterback. He split time with Noah Rath. Hands it off to Thompson. He's spun down by Thaden Arnold just as he crossed midfield. Positive yardage on first down for Williston, but the clock is running.
Brandon Fraser, but not before he picks up 6 yards. Thaden Arnold was in on that play as well.
They spotted at the 47, so give him 6 yards on that carry. Make it 2nd down and 4, but now less than a minute remaining in this first half. 2 receivers go to the right. McQuistion in the pistol, sends Kendor in motion. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it. Looking for a hole, bounces it to the outside. Now he's going to throw, and he's got his man. First down and more, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Nice catch and run by Chance Rivland. There is a flag down on the field back on the Watford City, near the Watford City sideline.
I think that's what they call making something out of nothing.
Yeah. Boy, McQuistion did a lot of work on that play. But it took too long. An ineligible man downfield. And that one you can't really fault anybody. That's just kind of a common sense play, the way that the play was unfolding to start with. So another unfortunate penalty for Williston is going to take away another big play. They've had a touchdown taken off the board due to penalty, and now an ineligible man downfield marches 5 yards off of that play, and it's back into Williston territory, back at their own 48-yard line. Well, and things started to go wrong tonight for Williston. They have just kept on rolling downhill. They just have not had a lot to be happy about after that first drive of the football game. This will be a handoff to Thompson coming near side. Nice run, but a big hit at the end of that run by Harper Moberg. DeVries a little bit slow in getting up for the Wolves after that tackle of Thompson. Ball spotted at the 47, so 3rd down for Williston, and they will not get another play off before the end of the first half. So we have reached halftime here at Fridley Field. What a half for the Wolves. We'll talk about it during your Nodak Insurance Company halftime show, brought to you by your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. We're back after this. You're watching Game Day Media.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But like, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But like, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But like, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to Fridley Field. Welcome into your halftime report. It's brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company with Eric Mogan. Let's keep a good eye down on the field as Curtis Long brings you the sights and sounds of flag football down under the lights. These kids have been waiting all week for this, and they are ready to put on a show in beautiful conditions here at Western North Dakota this evening. Well, let's take a look at the scoring summary here tonight. Williston scored first. It was a 5-yard touchdown pass from Colin McQuistion to Jackson Tamaz with 4:35 left in the first quarter. Drive that took 12 plays, 65 yards, and over 7 minutes off the clock. And it was 6-0 Williston. Well, that's the only lead they would have as Watford City responded right back with a 5-play, 65-yard drive. It took 2 minutes and 21 seconds. And it was a 2-yard touchdown run by Riley Liedall-Berger. 2-point run by Tristan DeVries made it 8-6 Watford City. And they have not looked back from that point. Liedall-Berger added his second 2-yard touchdown run of the quarter. The next drive, Maxwell Thornock knocked in an extra point. And made it 15-6 Watford with 1:31 left in the first quarter. That drive went 3 plays and covered 26 yards. It was 15-6 Watford City after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, Watford City picked up right where they left off, this time with a 4-play, 30-yard drive that took 1 minute and 27 seconds off the clock. 7-yard touchdown run by Riley Liedall-Berger. 2-point conversion attempt failed that time, and it was Watford City leading it by a score of 21-6. And then Jaden Wagner got on the board with a 13-yard touchdown run, capping off a 3-play, 35-yard drive that took off 1:03 off the clock with 9:25 left in the half. The Wolves led 28-6. And then Riley Liedall-Berger had a touchdown run on the next Watford City drive as they went 3 plays, 46 yards in 28 seconds. Riley Liedall-Berger, 4 rushing touchdowns in 1 half. He had 4 rushing touchdowns in the game last week, I should say. And he had 4.5 here tonight. Let's take a look at the first half stats for Watford City. The Wolves ran the football 25 times for 213 yards, and they scored 5 rushing touchdowns. Liedall-Berger carried it 12 times for 98 of those yards for 4 touchdowns. Tristan DeVries carried it 7 times for 55 yards. Jaden Wagner, 3 carries, 39 yards and a touchdown. Brogan Shannon, 1 carry for 12 yards. Baylor Salas, 2 carries for 9 yards. That all adds up to 25 carries for 213 yards and 5 touchdowns as a team. They averaged 8.5 yards per carry. The Wolves did not attempt a pass they did. They threw 1. They did not complete it. 0 for 1 in the passing department. Looked like they were setting up for another pass, but that one ended up in a fumble. And so the Wolves not very successful in the air, but the way that they've been successful on the ground, they haven't needed any air yards here tonight. They did have the 1 fumble. They had 3 penalties for 20 yards. They had 3 takeaways, a fumble recovery by Jaden Wagner on special teams, and then interceptions by Connor Winter and Bryson Wolf. Part of the good defense that these Wolves have played over the last 2 games. For the Williston Coyotes, they had 120 yards of total offense, 48 rushing yards, 72 passing yards. 33 of the yards came from Colin McQuistion, 39 of the yards from Noah Rath. Both of them threw an interception. Rath was 4 of 5 on his attempts, and McQuistion was 3 of 13 for his 33 yards. Leading receiver was Jackson Tamaz. He had 5 catches for 66 yards. We thought he had a touchdown, but that got taken off the board due to a penalty. Chance Rivland, 1 catch for 8 yards. Dominic Thompson, 1 catch for -2 yards. On the ground, Colin McQuistion led the way, 5 carries, 32 yards. Dominic Thompson, 5 carries for 20 yards. 3 other players for Williston carried it once and lost yardage on their carries as a team. 13 attempts for 48 rushing yards. Penalties really hurt Williston in the first half. They were called for 10 penalties that cost them 75 yards of field position, and they had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 1 lost fumble. Defensively, Riley Ingersoll did recover a fumble, and that was one positive highlight for the Coyotes in the first half of play. Take a look at the flag football players out there having a great time, entertaining the crowd at halftime, and they've been also entertained themselves by the way that the Wolves have played football here tonight, as it's been a very dominating first half of play by the Wolves as they lead it 34-6 on your NCC scoreboard. We're going to step aside here, thank a few more of our sponsors, and we'll be back with more after this. You're watching Game Day Media.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But like, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But like, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But like, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team. Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome back to the home of the Wolves. Welcome back to your Nodak Insurance Company halftime report. And we'll welcome you back to some more flag football being played down on the field. Everybody having a good time here tonight, especially the Watford City fans. As boy, this has turned into a beautiful evening. There's some threats of severe weather. We understand north of us, up near Ray, there was a tornado warning this afternoon, so it's felt like summer here. About 35 degrees warmer than last week, but the football has been outstanding on the field for Watford City and their fans. We want to remind you, next week the Wolves will be at home again. It's homecoming next week as Watford City hosts Grand Forks Central. It'll be another 6:30 pregame show, another 7 o'clock opening kickoff. And hope you can take in some of the homecoming activities that'll be going on this week. Concluding, after the football game concludes next week, we'll have the Hall of Fame induction ceremony for Watford City High School. It'll be taking place up in the Rough Riders Center, presented by Northern States Fishing Tools. Some great inductees into this year's Hall of Fame class. It'll be an exciting night, and we'll see what the Wolves can do on the football field, and then have that great induction ceremony after that. If you haven't done so yet, we would encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, GameDay Media ND. We have gotten off to a great start this year in football. David, Randy, and Noah have been bringing you some volleyball action as well up in northwestern North Dakota. We're going to have a fun basketball season. And also, you can find us on Facebook. Search for GameDay Media. You can like and follow and share. There's posts there throughout the week. We'll get you the player of the game from each and every game that we have. We recap some games there and also show you what's going on the schedule with the weeks to come.
What I gotta say, Titus, you're talking about the Hall of Fame inductees next week, and I saw Rowdy Lund was on that list.
Yeah.
And I think of hard-nosed players and gritty players, and in recent memory, nobody more hard-nosed or gritty than Rowdy Lund.
Yeah, and a multi-sport athlete. Boy, he was fun to watch. Running back. He also wrestled. He rewrote the wrestling record book in a lot of ways there for the Wolves, and also had a great track career. So, yeah, one of many inductees going into this year's Hall of Fame. Wolves sideline pretty jubilant after that half of football, putting up 34 points, holding Williston to just 6. On the other side, Williston kind of looking dejected in the way, especially that half ended. And hopefully we'll be able to see them able to complete a few more of their plays.
You know, I think anytime you get into a game like this where games are won and lost in the trenches, you got a hard-nosed running team like Watford City, frustrations are going to boil over. And I'm sure Coach Powell is going to work with his players on keeping their emotions in check. But I understand it. It's a physical game.
Mm-hmm. It certainly is. And whether everybody gets a little bit cranky when it's this hot, I think. So that's understandable, too. The sun has set here in western North Dakota, so the heat is going down as we go, and hopefully we'll be able to dodge the thunderstorms that have been going on across the area as we start the third quarter. It's your Northern States Fishing Tools opening kickoff of the third quarter. And it's Colton Lewis with a nice return over the near side. And Watford City will send their offense out onto the field.
You know, I think we're going to learn a lot about both teams in this second half. You talk about the heat. We're going to learn a lot about conditioning. You talk about some frustrations. We learn about emotions. And we'll see who makes the adjustments over halftime and see what we have in the second half.
12 first downs for the Watford City offense in the first half. It's again 5 touchdowns, 4 of them from Riley Liedall-Berger. As the Wolves get ready for another offensive drive. It'll be DeVries taking it over the left side, a big hole, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40, and nearly pushed out of bounds and finally brought down. A great start to the second half for Watford City. Taking a look.
Boy, when he gets to the outside, he just explodes, doesn't he?
He certainly does. That's 23 yards for DeVries. Up to 78 for the game as he continues to pile up some big yardage for the Wolves. So we're going to give them 25. They spotted it there inside the Williston 38-yard line. First and 10 for the Wolves. That'll be Riley Liedall-Berger trying the right side of the offensive formation. After DeVries went over the left side, Liedall-Berger to the right. And more yards for the Wolves down to the 32. Teagan with the tackle after those 6 yards by Riley Liedalberger. Riley has eclipsed the century mark in yardage once again. 13 carries, 104 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. And he puts the Wolves in a good spot here. 2nd down and 4. Singer comes wide to the right, all the way outside the numbers. As it will be DeVries getting it off to Riley Liedalberger. Big hit on the outside. And stays on his feet for a little bit and gets tackled inside the 25-yard line. Good tackle there by Brian Teagan. Down to the 24-yard line.
That's another Watford City.
I'd like to put a pedometer on some of those linemen and see how many steps they're getting pulling the way they have tonight.
Oh, man, they have been busy out there. No doubt about it. 1st and 10 Wolves. That was their 14th first down as Wagner stays on his feet on the dive play. Brought down by Anthony Nea. After a nice gain on 1st down, Wagner carries it for the 4th time today. Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd down and 8. 253 rushing yards now for the Wolves. This will be Liedalberger over the right side, the 20, the 15. I think he's got another 1st down. Let's check the RTC Network's instant replay. Liedalberger to the right, and yep, he did get enough for a 1st down. As the Wolves continue to drive, now all the way down to the 12. That was their 15th 1st down of the ball game. Connor Winter wide to the right, everybody else in tight. And this will be Baylor Salas holding it high and tight and carrying it all the way into the end zone for a Watford City touchdown.
He makes it look easy, doesn't he?
He does. Baylor Salas with his 3rd carry of the game, and that one ends up in the end zone. Touchdown, Watford City. 3rd different Wolf to score a touchdown tonight. As Thornock goes out there for another extra point attempt. Out of the hold of Tristan DeVries. That one looks good, and it is. Another Cornerstone Bank touchdown for Baylor Salas and the Wolves. It's Watford City 41, Williston 6. We're back with a kickoff after this quick timeout.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
(41-6), Watford City. As they get ready to kick it off, a short bouncing kick. It bounces through a couple of layers of Coyotes so that it's picked up at the 25-yard line. Kendor tripped up at the 35 by Carter Breitbach.
That was a big tackle by Carter Breitbach. He misses that, and I think we got another thing coming.
That could have turned into a long return. Good job by the Wolves to keep them on their side of the field, and it'll be Williston taken over at their own 36-yard line. 7 first downs in the first half for the Coyotes. As they'll start this drive with the running clock after that 13-yard touchdown run by Baylor Salas puts the Wolves up by 35. McQuistion hands it off to Thompson, bounces into his own man, then bounces it outside. And good defensive play by Tristan DeVries to limit the damage on that carry.
You know, Titus, when you look at the number of kids that are playing on both sides of the ball, especially on a night like tonight when we had some heat earlier, they must be doing a tremendous job with their strength and conditioning program here in Watford City.
It looks like it. Yep, these Wolves look fresh out there, and I mentioned it, they play both sides of the ball. A lot of these players do, including Thaden Arnold, who's getting ready to head to Minot State next year. Plays center on offense, defensive end on defense. And he is ready to rush the quarterback. He had a big sack towards the end of last week's win against Wahpeton. As McQuiston able to get around the first rush, gets the pass completed, but good job out there by Connor Winter to limit the yardage with another good tackle in space. 14th pass attempt by McQuiston. Second time he's connected with Dominic Thompson. But Winter with another good defensive play, and it's now 3rd and 7 for the Williston Coyotes. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. McQuiston takes the snap, throws it deep, and it's fluttering a little bit. Wolf had a chance at it. He knocks it away, intended for Brian Teagan, but it falls incomplete as neither of those players are able to bring it in. Wolves with 2 interceptions, and they had their hands on a third, but not able to bring that one in. That sets up 4th down for Williston, and looks like they will go into punt formation.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just had to wait a little too long for the ball to catch up.
Yep, that one hung up there quite a while as both teams have a player rushing to the respective sidelines to get off the field before being called for too many men on the field. Nice punt there, is going to line drive, land at the 35. Wolf tells everybody to step away from it, and that'll gain some good field position for Williston. It is a punt.
Excellent punt, 45 yards.
45-yard
Yep,
punt.
that was, we'll go with that. I was trying to do the math. Whenever it crosses midfield, I have a hard time doing the math, Ross. For some reason, that 50-yard line trips me up.
I just put my ear to the wall and listened to Mr. McNary.
Good job. Yep, it's a team effort up here in the Crow's Nest, overlooking Fridley Field. Outstanding venue. And, boy, we have been treated to some great football at the beginning of this 2025 football season for the Wolves, as they look to add to this lead right now, currently standing at 41-6. And most importantly, they're just going to try to take some time off the clock. Look at Liedal Berger go up the sideline. Oh, he just ran out of steam. Oh, no.
He's cramping up.
Cramping. Oh, hate to see that. Exuberant cheers from the sideline and the stands quickly turned to concern for Liedal Berger. Hopefully it's nothing serious. A pickup of 37 yards. He had a first down.
I'm afraid we're going to see that more and more as the game goes on.
Yeah, you hope not.
You heard me talking to Coach in the pregame. They've got some old-fashioned salts around there for that sort of stuff.
Good. Yeah, we'll probably see a lot of players checking into the game as Zach Beebe takes a look at Riley Liedal Berger. Let's go to the outside. Aaron Luna's first carry of the game. Positive yardage, pushed out of bounds by Ekblad, but not before he, I think, picked up a first down for the Wolves. Instant offense from Aaron Luna. We'll see where they spot him out of bounds at the 37. So a gain of 9 brings up 2nd down and 1.
He's just a sophomore, Titus.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of young kids still on this Watford City roster. They do have some seniors, but a lot of these guys will be playing for years to come. 2nd and 1 for Watford City. fumble on the exchange, and DeVries wisely just picks it up, falls on it. Second fumble by the Wolves. They lost the first one. They do recover that one, and now it'll be 3rd and 6. Riley Liedall-Berger getting stretched out down on the sidelines. Hopefully he will be able to bounce back soon, but with a lead like this, Coach Dooley can afford to utilize a lot of players here in the final quarter plus. This will be Salas. Nice patient run, and when he decided to cut it up, he did it at a good time, and he picked up a first down.
You know, maybe this is a bit of an odd observation, but what I really get excited about is when I look at the sidelines and I see the attention, all the players are focused on the field. You can tell that Coach Dooley has his kids, all of his kids, jacked up and ready to go tonight.
Yes, they are dialed in, and I think success just breeds more of that. You get some success, you want to pay attention a little more, and it just feeds itself in a positive direction. And boy, certainly since the second half of last week's game, the positive momentum that this team has been using has been outstanding, and it's an exciting time to be a Watford City Wolves football fan as these Wolves continue to make big play after big play. And there comes a quick run over the left side. Take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay as Jaden Wagoner on the dive picks up 5.
Maybe Coach Dooley decided not to put the super premium in the tank at half and just slow the tempo down a little bit and work that clock.
I think with the conditions, with the heat where it is, and with the scoreboard where it is, I think that makes a lot of sense. And it's still early in the season. You know, you got to look at that too. Just the 3rd game of the year, Watford City, just a quarter and 45 seconds away from putting together a winning streak. Here goes DeVries over the left side. Turns the corner at the 30, gets inside the 25. That'll be another first down. Down to the 24-yard line. DeVries sprinting down below us. Here he's putting his helmet back on. He wants to get back out there.
Yeah, it looked like he got whatever ailed him stretched out, and
he's looking good. So that will do it for the 3rd quarter. The Wolves add to their lead. They now lead at 41-6 on your NCC scoreboard. You're watching Game Day Media. We'll be back with the 4th quarter after this timeout.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota. Game Day Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through Game Day Media. Together, we make a winning team.
We are back at Fridley Field. Watford City's offense getting some new players out there. Looks like Birch Cheddar is now in at quarterback. That's a quarterback that can block. Goes to the outside. Colton Lewis tripped up inside the 15. Some more positive yardage for the Wolves. Colton Lewis, the 7th Wolf to carry the football here tonight. He gets it down to the 14-yard line.
You got to give kudos to the Wolves for recognizing what's happening out there. We got a commanding lead. We're getting some young guys some experience and saving on the wear and tear.
Yep, for sure. We saw Riley Liedall-Berger leave the game with what appeared to be a cramp. He is out on the field. Looks like he's doing good as a flag comes in. Aaron Luna was the ball carrier, but there is a flag down. So we will check the penalty.
Flag is being waved off.
No, there is no penalty. So give Luna the carry. And a gain of 2 brings up 2nd down and 8. Wolves student section is making some noise across the way there, Ross.
I'm really excited to see the turnout from the student body and the fans.
Yes, beautiful night for football. Hot to play, a little bit hot to announce, but a really fun atmosphere to be at for the Wolves and their fans. 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line, and who is going to take the snap? It'll be Birch Cheddar. Birch going up the middle, gets to the 10. I think they'll give him forward progress to the 10-yard line, where he's tackled by a couple of Coyotes. First carry of the game for Birch Cheddar. I believe that's his first carry of the season. Birch, another one of the sophomores for the Wolves, 5'10", 220-pound quarterback. Also plays on the line. Only in an offense like Coach Dooley would you see a number 54 playing quarterback. 3rd down for the Wolves. Luna out there. And Cheddar, who's going to take the snap? It'll be Cheddar. Birch rolls to the right, throws, incomplete. 2nd pass attempt by the Wolves. Both of them have fallen incomplete. That one intended for Colton Lewis. And now 4th down. Oh, there was a flag out there. So let's check the penalty. Looks like against Williston, pass interference. So take the incomplete pass away from Birch Cheddar, and the Wolves have only thrown 1 pass still.
And a fresh set of downs.
Yep. First penalty of the second half for the Coyotes. They struggled with penalties in the first half, and that is the 20th first down of the game for the Wolves. Let's see.
That's an amazing statistic in and of itself.
It is. Yep. And there is a carry right up the middle on the dive play. Touchdown, Watford City. Hayden Pastrano with the carry and the touchdown from 5 yards out. First carry of the game, and it turns into a touchdown.
Number 35, Hayden Pastrano.
47-6. Watford City, all Wolves tonight.
Boy, with Big John Holland out in front of him, he couldn't help but get that one across.
Yeah, yep. That dive play is such an interesting wrinkle in this offense. Another hard thing to prepare for. And the Wolves add on to their lead as Thornock tries the extra point, and he splits the uprights. 48-6, Watford City. 7:12 remaining in the 4th quarter. We're back with the kickoff after this.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
So a 5-yard touchdown run by Hayden Pastrano. Extra point good. 48-6, capping off that 12-play, 84-yard drive. Northern States Fishing Tools opening kickoff there. Covered up by Williston. And now with 7 minutes left, we'll see if Williston can gain some momentum as they begin to think ahead towards next week. And schedule isn't going to get any easier for the Coyotes as they will soon be into their WDA portion of their schedule. See if they can get some positive momentum here, starting this drive on their own 45-yard line.
Adversity breeds championships. Titus, I know it's been a while for Williston, but I see a lot of talent out there. I think they got potential.
Yep, McQuistion gives it to Thompson. Those two players have been fun to watch tonight and could combine for some good big plays in the future for this Coyotes program. Thompson gets it across midfield as Williston now has 130 yards of offense, 74 passing yards, 56 rushing yards this evening. Stick around for your Johnson & Sundin post-game show. And part of that, we'll have your First International Bank and Trust Player of the Game. We've got some decisions to make before we have a Player of the Game. Here goes McQuistion. He picks up a first down. A flag flies as McQuistion pushed out at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 39 if it stands.
He just looks good running the ball, doesn't he?
He sure does. He's looked good throwing the football. And I'm afraid for Williston, this one might be coming back.
I would be sad for Williston. That'd be 3 big plays that have come back for them, unfortunately.
This one is a holding. And this one is their 12th penalty of the night. And it's cost them 90 yards in field position. Also taken a touchdown off the board.
You know, took the touchdown off the board and then the big play to Rivlin just before the end of the second quarter. They could easily, that game could have been 20-34 at half as opposed to what it was.
Yep, and then you think about those 2 passes that were just on the fingertips of a couple of their receivers. So yeah, Williston has been close. And hoping for Coach Powell and the rest of his team here that they can do some positive things. And the WDA just was not their night tonight here on the road.
No.
Taking on a motivated Wolves team that ready to keep things going after a big win over Wahpeton last week. They do pick up enough yardage for a first down after that McQuistion run. He will toss it to Thompson. Hits the hole with some speed on the left side. And he is close to another Williston first down.
You know, in that pregame interview, prior to the interview, I had a chance to visit with Coach Powell. I was really impressed with, you know, the respect he has for his players, not just on the field, but off the field. And so I know we've had a few hiccups here tonight, but I tip my hat to Coach Powell. He's a classy guy.
Yeah, not an easy situation to be coaching in Williston with the schedule that they have and just the different types of adversity that they face. Not an easy job. We certainly wish Coach Powell and his team the best the rest of the way. They do pick up a first down on that carry by Thompson. He is up to 39 yards rushing now as McQuistion fakes to the right, now rolls to the left, fakes a pass, pulls it down, will run and get out of bounds after a pickup of about 5 yards. Clock running, inside 2:20 to go. Coyotes scored on their first drive of the game. It's a long time ago, but they scored 12 plays, 65 yards off the bat. Their offense looked pretty good as the Wolves' defensive line getting handshakes from their coaching staffs down there as new defensive line out there prepares for a 2nd down and 6 play for the Coyotes offense. McQuistion to the right, pitch, caught. Yeah, a nice run across the 30, down inside the 20. Casey Storbakken taking the pitch and gaining 11 yards. And we've got an injured Wolf down on the field. While they tend to him, we'll take a quick timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. We're back after this.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Watford City as we have the Williston offense back out there. After the injury timeout, Noah Rath in at quarterback, throws it deep over the left side. Incomplete, a flag flies. We may have pass interference. A flag is thrown down in the corner. So we will check the penalty. That was McQuistion down there. Ready to catch the pass. And let's see. So they've spotted the ball down to the 9-yard line. Clock continues to run. Inside 40 seconds on your NCC scoreboard, so it will be 1st and goal for the Wolves. Our color commentator and sideline reporter Ross Sundin making his way down to the field. He's going to catch up with the victorious head coach Jim Dooley, along with our First International Bank and Trust player of the game. This could be the final play of the game. We'll see as Rath rolls to the right. He's going to pitch it. Storbakken makes the catch. The defense is there. Good stop by Nicholas Ellis. And that's going to do it. The clock will expire on the second Wolves win in a row. Watford City wins their second game in a row to improve to 2-1 in non-conference play as they defeat the Coyotes tonight by a final score of 48-6. Stick around. We'll have your Johnson and Sundin post-game show coming up after this timeout.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome into your Johnson & Sundin Law Office post-game show, providing quality legal expertise with common sense and small-town service. You can look down there at a victorious Watford City Wolves huddle after another win, a big win here tonight. They win this one by a final score of 48-6. Let's take a look at the second half scoring summary after the Wolves led it 34-6 at halftime. In the third quarter, Watford City went 6 plays, 63 yards in 3 minutes and 57 seconds off the clock, scoring on a 13-yard touchdown run by Baylor Salas. Extra point good, made it 41-6 with 8:59 left in the third. And then in a drive that took 12 plays, 84 yards, 8 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. Extra point good again. 5-yard run by Hayden Pastrano made it 48-6. Watford City with 7 minutes left. And that was your final score here tonight. Taking a look at the stats from this one, Watford City, 41 carries, 357 yards as a team. Riley Liedalberger leading the way once again, 16 carries for 160 yards and 4 touchdowns. Then it was Tristan DeVries with 10 carries for 86 yards. Jaden Wagner, 5 carries, 46 yards and a touchdown. Baylor Salas, 4 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown. Brogan Shannon with a carry for 12 yards. Aaron Luna, 2 carries for 11 yards. Colton Lewis, 1 carry for 6 yards. Hayden Pastrano, 1 carry for 5 yards and a touchdown. And Birch Cheddar with 1 carry for 2 yards. Wolves tried passing a couple of times. They ended up officially 0 for 1 with Baylor Salas throwing the football and going 0 for 1. In the penalty category, they had 3 penalties for 20 yards. They did lose 1 fumble. Defensively, they had a fumble recovery by Jaden Wagner, 2 interceptions, 1 by Connor Winter and 1 by Bryson Wolf. And that tallied up 3 turnovers, takeaways for this Wolves defense. And once again, the Wolves get the big win. Looks like Ross Sundin has caught up with head coach Jim Dooley down on the field for our coach's comments. And let's go head down to the sideline. And Ross Sundin going to visit with Victoria's coach Jim Dooley.
Coach Jim Dooley, quite a ball game, 48-6. Tell us about it.
Well, it's early. I mean, they came out and scored right away. They exposed some things that we didn't. Well, it shouldn't be problems. We were lucky on some. They did not. They had guys, and they just didn't quite connect on a few plays. But hey, everyone's going to see that who's playing us, and they're going to be licking their chops. So we have to fix that. And I think part of it is, I think we certainly respected their speed. We may have done it too much to a point where we were almost fearful of it because we got in some checks that I didn't like and I didn't think we needed to do, and it made us weak on another side. I think once we stopped doing some of those things, that helped. We still gave up a couple open guys, and for us, fortunately, they didn't connect. But yeah, that was a little scary early on.
Coach, tell me a little bit about your strength and conditioning program. It seemed like your guys were ready to play.
Well, you know, that's been a work in progress, but it's something that we really emphasize. And, you know, the last year, the first year in it was kind of, well, we don't know, and some guys sort of bought it. We're still not where we need to be by any means on that, but we've certainly progressed a lot. We have a lot of guys, stronger guys coming in the summer. We have Coach Corey Riley, who's done a great job in that, and Coach Hager and I both have a background in that, and we help out in that. So we really have, you know, several people working, but a lot of the work behind the scenes is Coach Riley setting up the programs and stuff that I've done in the past. I don't want to do anymore. It's too much work. I just want to coach, you know.
Well, it seems like from up in the booth, your kids displayed excellent discipline. Has that been something you've been working on hard?
Yes, and in something like this, I said, you know, it's fun because I said it's almost American to have, like, competitive hatred is kind of a good thing, but you want to leave it in the competitive realm. Like you played, we don't like these guys, but afterwards you get along and you respect them. But having that, boy, we really want to beat these guys and they really want to beat us. Those are fun games, and I think sometimes, especially with the landscape in North Dakota, you don't get a whole lot of those. Like we're playing Wapton, across the state, we don't have any real thing with them. Here we do. Some of the region games we do, but I mean, I was fortunate. I grew up in Denver, Colorado. Every game was against a neighbor, and we hated each other all the time. And even when I coached in Nebraska, we were close enough to towns. Same thing. So it's fun being in games like this.
Well, it's fun to watch, and congratulations on the win.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great job down there, Ross. We're going to step aside here in your post-game show. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Welcome back to your Johnson & Sundin post-game show. Your first International Bank and Trust Player of the Game goes to Coach Jim Dooley. How about that? For a great effort, a true team win. Great job by the Lions, both offensive and defensive. And he is going to be your Player of the Game there tonight. A great win. And he is fun to visit with. Fun to talk football to, and he is just a great guy and a great blessing to this Watford City program and area. At this time in your Johnson & Sundin postgame show, we're going to take a look at the polls heading into action today. Up on top is Minot North. Williston got an up-close personal look at them. They remain at number 1. They're 2-0 coming into action tonight. Kindred is number 2. Followed by next week's opponent for Watford City, the Grand Forks Central Knights. They come in with a record of 2-0, currently ranked number 3 in the state. We'll see where they come in next week as the Wolves prepare for their homecoming matchup against Grand Forks Central. Grand Forks Red River checks in right behind them at number 4, and then 2 opponents from last week. It was Central Cass versus Devils Lake. Devils Lake pulled off the upset over Central Cass, and they are now tied for 5th place in the latest AA poll. See the others receiving votes there: Dickinson, Fargo South, and Bismarck St. Mary's. And I am curious, I wonder if Watford City might be receiving some votes by next week. Only time will tell. Once again, the final score tonight: Watford City 48, Williston 6. A big win for the Wolves. They now move to 2-1 overall, all in non-conference play. Once again, they will match up against the Grand Forks Central Knights for homecoming next week. And for Williston, they dropped to a record of 0-3. So that will do it for our broadcast here tonight. We hope you can join us once again next week. It'll be a 6:30 pregame show, a 7 o'clock Northern States Fishing Tools opening kickoff. We hope you can join us then. I want to thank my partner, Ross Sundin, with an outstanding debut. And boy, if you're a Watford City fan, you got to be happy that Ross Sundin joined us here tonight. A 48-6 victory. Ross, any final comments?
I hope I'm the root cause of that 48-6 win.
You can take credit for it. You might as well. Also want to thank our great production crew tonight. Jackson Lee fighting through the heat, doing a great job. Curtis Long, your cameraman, getting you all the good pictures here this evening. Great job once again by those two. We just keep on getting better with every game that we do out there. And one last look at Riley Liedalberger. He might still be trying to work out some of those cramps as the final action goes on there. Once again, you see the Williston Coyotes still talking things over. Wish them the best of luck for the remainder of their season as well. That'll do it for us here tonight. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to all the viewers for tuning us in. We'll see you next week. So long, everybody.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank,
TNT Measurements Incorporated,
Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM.